Hi, Paul here. I want to do something a little different this week. Instead of bringing just the same stuff over and over, I want to try some new things. I want to start doing some reviews of outdoor type equipment like knives, guns, possibly camping equipment like tents and sleeping bags, sleeping pads, things like that that kind of would go in and tie in a little bit more of the outdoors to the channel. So today I'm going to start that with a review of the new Worksharp RMX. Let's go tabletop on this and I will unbox it and we'll look at it together for the first time. Let's do it. All right, today we're going to look at the Worksharp RMX Blackout Edition. Now, this knife had come out last blade show this past year, and I have been waiting patiently to get my hands on it. Now, the Blackout Edition is one that they don't make a lot of, and they make limited runs, and when they do, they put them out and they're gone. So finally was able to grab one so I could come do this review, and I've just been wanting to carry one, put one in the EDC rotation. So we're going to open it up today, and I'm going to show you what makes these special and why I wanted it so much. So first thing we're going to see is the normal paperwork. They've got a thank you card. Thanking us for buying the knife, 50 years, you know, yada, yada, yada. I don't ever need that stuff anyway. Usually goes right in the trash. So here's your manual for the knife and why I wanted this knife. I have really gotten into the autos here lately. I have several different ones. I have the Kershaw 50th anniversary. I also have a Benchmade Claymore. I have also the Benchmade Shootout. And I've just gotten into the auto knives lately. And Worksharp is known for its knife sharpeners, right? Not really as for their knives because they don't have one, except they do now. The RMX line come out last blade show, like I said, and this knife is special because it can be either a manual knife or it can also be an auto. And I'm going to show you that and bring you that today just to show you the cool feature of it. Now, first impressions, the texturing, it's kind of got a decent little texture on it. It's not very sand textury, but it's a texture that doesn't feel like it would slip real bad. I kind of like that. Never handled one before. This is the first time I've put it in my hands. It's got a single pivot. It is a drop point blade design in M390 steel. The handle is magnesium, which makes it, I mean, it's a very lightweight knife. The handle material feels, this part feels heavier or lighter than the actual blade part. I mean, it's got some really nice balance on it. And the M390 steel is sharp. I mean, that's pretty slicey right there. I guarantee it'll take the hairs off. So what I want to do is I want to show you a little bit of the features. So normal button locks, you can steal, they have like thumb studs or some other way to open it. Well, this one actually locks shut with the button lock. So this knife won't come open unless you actuate the button lock to open it. So that's how you would open this knife. You would hit the button lock and give it a fling, or you could just open it by hand and then it locks shut whenever you open it fully. And then when you shut it, you'll push the button lock and it locks in place and it will not open up. That's not like a normal button lock. I'll show you. So this Civivi button lock is one that has thumb studs and you can open the knife with the button lock or the thumb studs. So you can open it with a button lock that way. You can flick it with the thumb stud. You can reverse flick. I mean, whatever you want to with this knife. The button lock is simply just what holds it open when you open it and allows you to shut the knife. Whereas on the RMX, the button lock actually holds it shut. I can't say that I like that or I don't like that, but I will be carrying this knife in the auto version anyway, so I'm excited to take and transfer this thing over into auto. And so we're going to pause, and then I'm going to read up how to do this on the instructions. You know what? Let's just do it together. So I'm going to set this here. Maybe you can see it. And I'm going to open up the instructions and try to read them upside down so you can kind of see what you do. So it looks like you'll take the pivot out, take the opposite side off, and then all right, let's just take it apart. All right, so we have our auto pivot. We have the tool that you take it apart with. And then you have what I'm guessing to be spare parts, extra spring, extra bearings and washers. So I'm just going to take this and we're going to take this pivot out. And it is magnetized. Might be doing a whole blunder on video right now, but I am excited to put this thing in auto and see what happens. All right, we got that out. All right, so that comes out, I guess. Maybe not. I'm gonna put that back and take this out. So you got magnets, and the magnets are kind of what takes it apart, I guess. That's pretty cool. So you got bearings on the inside there that your pivot will ride on. So I'm gonna set this down. Uh-oh, that side fell out. Woohoo! All right. So now I'm gonna set this to the side. And this looks like it. All right. We are 100% apart. Okay, so I got an understanding of how this auto works now. Should have done this before, you know, trying to do it all on video together. Probably would have been a lot better, but you know what? It is what it is. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through it together now. So you've got a pivot side with a screw in it. All right, so we're going to take that out to adjust the tension on this and how this goes together. So I'm going to take it all the way apart now that I have an idea of everything and I feel like I'm not a buffoon. All right, so we're going to take this screw all the way out. I'm going to go ahead and dump this side. And there's everything. There's your detent spring, your spring to your actual auto locker. There's your pivot, other side pivot where the screw goes into. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our spring and our detent back in there, or our push button. So we can go ahead and take the knife blade out for a second until we get this back in there. So you have two pieces right there. It's going to go down toward, you got two slots that's going to go inside the spring there. Well, let me get it on the right side. Inside the spring there, and then that's going to sit facing kind of toward the blade. All right, so then we're going to put our blade in. All right, so we're going to take and put our blade in an open position. All right, so where the blade can't close according to the button lock. All right, so then I'm going to take my back pivot and I'm going to put it up into the back side of the knife. All right, and I'm going to make sure that that seats inside the blade there. You do not need a bearing on the auto side, so it rides on its own bearing. So you have two settings on your screw. You got a 1 and you've got a 2. The 1 is the slower deployment, the 2 is the faster deployment. And so this is your first line right here with the arrow. You got setting 1, setting 2. So then you're going to find the two slots right there on your pivot, and you're going to line up the 1 and 2. So if I want a fast setting, I'm going to take the first slot, which is here, and I'm going to put the 2 on that one, and then the 1 on the first one. Just like that. All right. Oh, just like that. Okay. So the 2 is going to be on the first one, 1's going to be on the second one. And then I'm going to take and line up this with the slot inside. And then I'm going to turn when I get that in there, and it kind of seats down in there a little bit. I'm going to turn that until it falls down into place. When it falls down into place, I'm going to hold it. And then I'm going to put my screw back in the rear side. Now, this is on the fastest deployment. Now, if I would have left that 1, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So to put this on here, I'll tighten it as tight as I can get it, and then I'll back it off a quarter. All right, so what I did is I put, when that 2 ends up here, that's the fastest deployment. If the 2 ended up here, that would be the slowest deployment. So once you get that, you put that in there, knife is in auto. And that's the fastest deployment right there. So check for blade play. I've got a slight bit of blade play, so I'm just going to take, while the knife's open, I'm going to tighten it down just a little bit until I don't feel any blade play. Check functionality, and that's the optimal spot for that knife. So if you feel any blade play, just kind of give it just a little bit until you don't feel that blade play anymore, and then go just maybe a hair more. You'll have a nice tight knife, and it will function just as it should. All right, so initial thoughts of this knife. It is very innovative, very innovative. Who would have thought you could get a manual knife and a auto knife all in the same knife with just a change of the pivot? Very, very cool idea by Worksharp. I think they have made a good quality knife. I don't like the grittiness of the button. So if you'll hear it, it just kind of grits up a little bit. I mean, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't not allow it to work, but it is a little gritty. So I'm hoping over time that will work itself in. I hope that it will just get better and better, as most autos will do. When they're new, they're going to have burrs, some of them, like this one right here. This is my Benchmade. It doesn't have near the grit as this one does, but I mean, you're at a price point not quite as much as the Benchmade. So, I mean, I'm hoping this is going to wear in good, and I will keep you updated on that over time just to see if it does. But that is your Worksharp RMX Blackout Edition. These come out every couple of months, I think. If you get on the email wait list, you can get notified when they're going to come out, and you just purchase the thing. You can either pay full out price, or Shopify will let you pay payments on it if you want to, if that's your thing. But they retail for about $150. And as far as a $150 knife goes, I believe it's a little overpriced. But then again, it's an American-made knife, and you pay for innovation. This is the only knife I know of that you can go auto and manual all at the same time. So that is your Worksharp RMX Blackout. All right. What are my final thoughts of the RMX Blackout series? After I got the thing back together right, it fell completely apart. I shouldn't have done better than to try to do it on camera the first time, not knowing how to do it. But that's just that's how I like to do things. I like to make myself look dumb. That's what I do. But after figuring out how to get the auto adjust set correctly and how to adjust the pivot, there is zero blade play. in this thing, and it is already starting to wear in. The button is not as grainy. I've opened this thing 100 times now, and I think Worksharp knocked this out of the park, honestly. For their first iteration of a knife, I think they did a really good job. They used really quality pieces of components like the M390 for the blade steel, the magnesium for the handle. It's really lightweight. That deep carry pocket clip absolutely holds onto your pocket the way it should. So I want to test this out more going forward, use it, see how long the blade will hold up and stay sharp. And just little things like that. I mean, a knife's a knife. I mean, it's a very basic tool. And when we pay a good amount for a basic tool like a knife, it has some living up to do. So I'm going to put it through its paces, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to let you know in a month or two if I had to sharpen it or how it is the finish wearing off real bad. So that's the things I'm going to look for. So as it is, I think it was a good buy. I think $150 is my threshold for a knife of like a folder of this caliber. I know I have some Benchmates and stuff like that. We'll see how this holds up, and then maybe the price will match my opinion on what it is. So this is it, the RMX Blackout series by Worksharp. Go get you one. This is Paul Helm signing off. Shoot straight. God bless.